Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am talking about an incredibly popular betta fish. Known best for their fighting spirit, the freshwater betta fish is native to Southeast Asia and a much-loved pet amongst hobbyists, but there are many more betta fish facts to know when it comes to these fancy finned fishies. Betta fish are an incredibly popular pet, and it's easy to see why. If you're a big fan of betta fish, you're in luck. We've swam around searching for fun facts about betta fish that will tell you all you need to know about these adorable fishy friends and will surprise even the most clued up of fish fans. The betta was first discovered in Southeast Asia. Making its home in rice paddies, drainage ditches and the warm floodplains of the region, the betta became accustomed to frequent storm flooding and devastating droughts. The cyclic, drastic changes in its environment helped the fish to adapt, becoming a true labyrinth fish. A labyrinth fish has the unique ability to breathe oxygen directly from the air and also take in oxygen from its gills. As a result, bettas and other labyrinth fish can survive for short periods of time out of water and, if needed, can inhale the air around them, provided they stay moist. This also explains why a betta can sustain itself in stagnant, oxygen-deficient water. Although bettas can tolerate small spaces and poor water quality, they do best in small aquariums, at least 2 gallons, with regular water changes. The preferred water temperature for a betta is 76 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. 1. They can breathe air. No, we're not pulling your fin. Betta fish can breathe air just like you or me, thanks to their labyrinth organ. This special organ works in a very similar way to our lungs, and means they are able to breathe air at the water's surface, as well as in water. Clever little fishes. 2. They're named after warriors. That's right, your pet betta comes from a long line of ancient warriors. Well, their name did, at least. The betta fish name originates from an ancient warrior clan known as the Betta, but their naming history doesn't end there. Due to the growing popularity of fish fighting in Thailand in the mid-1800s, they later came to be known as fighting fish, or Siamese fighting fish, a name that continues to follow them around today. Another name you might have seen floating about when it comes to these pretty little fishes? Plaquette. This is a Thai name that translates to biting fish, and often refers to a variety of betta with short fins. 3. They are fiercely territorial. If you've ever spotted a betta fish at your local pet store, you'll probably have noticed that each fish is kept separately in its own bowl. That's because these small but mighty little fish are highly territorial. Male bettas in particular can become extremely aggressive if placed in a tank with another fish and usually ends in fighting, injury, and even death. They're not called fighting fish for nothing. Female bettas, on the other fin, see what we did there, aren't as aggressive, and can live in colonies with up 5 to 10 other female bettas, providing the tank has more than enough space. But beware, as if their tank is too roomy, females can become just as territorial and aggressive as their male counterparts. 4. They were first discovered in Southeast Asia. Betta splendens, otherwise known as betta fish, are native to Southeast Asia, specifically Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Malaysia, and Indonesia. In the wild, they typically live in rice paddies and other slow-moving streams or bodies of water within Southeast Asia. Their harsh living conditions mean these hardy little fish are pretty well equipped to deal with all kinds of conditions, from floods to droughts. 5. Male betta fish build bubble nests. When it's time to breed and create lots more adorable baby betta fishes, the male betta fish will form a small bubble nest on the surface of the water. He'll then watch over the nest, make repairs and retrieve any eggs that float away, protecting them until they hatch. Pretty cute, right? Building a bubble nest is also a surefire sign you've got a healthy, happy male betta on your hands. 6. There are over 70 species of betta fish. Betta fish are incredibly varied. While most will be familiar with the betta splendens, otherwise known as the betta fish or Siamese fighting fish, there are just over 70 recognized species of betta fish. Not only that, but thanks to many years of selective breeding, betta fish have various different tail shapes, at least 14 in total, including the veil tail, the most common, the half-moon, crown tail, combatant, double tail and more. 7. Betta fish come in many different colors. The selectively bred betta fish also comes in a range of beautiful colors: blue, red, yellow, turquoise, and more, and their layers of iridescent skin pigment mean they can have multiple color combinations. Truly, there are few fish quite as beautiful as the betta. The exception to the brightly colored betta fish rule? Wild betta fish. Wild bettas are more of a dull gray-green color, which helps them to camouflage themselves in the wild. 8. Betta fish can jump. They're not just excellent swimmers, betta fish are mighty jumpers, too. If housed in an uncovered tank, bettas can jump up to 3 inches high on average. What did we tell you? Small, but mighty. It's worth noting, a tank with poor water conditions can stress out your poor betta to the point where they'll leap out of their tanks to escape. For reference, bettas thrive best in a tank with at least 5 gallons of slightly acidic, warm water, with a pH level of between 6.8 and 7.5, that are regularly changed. 9. They can learn tricks. One of the best betta fish facts to know? They can do tricks. PSS, here, betta. Give me your paw, or fin. Okay, maybe not those kinds of tricks, but believe it or not, bettas are incredibly intelligent fish and can be trained to do cool tricks like swim through a hoop, eat from your hand, or even come up to the water to be petted. Now, imagine cracking out that party trick at your next dinner soiree. Not only that, but some studies have shown that the brainy betta fish can also recognize their owners, even if they are standing by the tank amongst other people. 10. Betta fish are carnivorous. We know it's hard to believe your delicate-looking, a beautiful fishy friend is actually a ruthless insect chomper, but then again, with a moniker like fighting fish, we probably should have guessed as much. Betta fish need protein in their diet to thrive, and in the wild, will eat insects, insect larvae, bloodworms, brine shrimp, you name it, pretty much any kind of meaty, insect goodness they can sink their teeth into. And yes, before you ask, betta fish do have teeth. But don't worry, they're unlikely to harm you. Their gnashers are very small, almost unseen to the naked human eye, and instead are used to defend themselves and chomp through all those tasty insects. Yum! Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in a new video like this. Subscribe and keep it up.